Welcome back to our channel. This is our video featuring our trip to Hershey Park. We stayed at the Hershey Park campground and we rented one of their cabins for a few days. These cabins were really nice. This was a 2-bedroom cabin with a full kitchen and a bathroom and shower. This was the bus stop. They will take you to the park and to Chocolate World. All right. I'm ready. Our first night when we got there, we just kind of hung out at the pool. We had a campfire and had to roast s'mores. We then made a trip down to Hershey's Chocolate World. This is where a lot of the shops and restaurants are at. You can get Hershey merchandise here, and this is also where the entrance to Hershey Park is. The store is very large. You also have experiences that you can book. This was the Hershey's Unwrapped tour. They gave you different kinds of candy and you unwrapped them and ate them during different parts of the show. We also did the make your own candy bar. You pick the kind of chocolate and your fillings, and then you watch it being made. They also have a build your own Reese cup station. We did not do that, but it's basically the same concept. The choices for chocolate were milk chocolate, dark chocolate, and white chocolate. And then I think you were allowed 2 different filling choices. Chocolate. And then you also design your label that they put the candy bar in. We also, I don't remember what this one was called, but they take you to different parts of like a Hershey's show, and they give you the real peanut butter in the peanut butter cups. We also ate dinner at the chocolatier restaurant. We did just dessert and appetizers. We wanted to try the milkshakes, and we knew the milkshakes were going to be ginormous. And then we did the Ferris wheel appetizer. I believe it was 5 or 6 different kinds of foods on their appetizer menu. The next morning we went into Hershey Park. We did a 2-day ticket, so we were there for 2 days. My brother and his wife and their kids were also with us for this trip. So one day we spent at the park with them, and then one day we were there by ourselves. So it was nice to get some cousin time in. I think this park is a little bit underrated. Obviously Disney gets a lot of hype, but Hershey Park was actually a really great value, and they have a lot to offer, and their water park is included in the ticket. Plus they also have a zoo. And they have a lot of family-friendly roller coasters. Our youngest was able to ride almost everything. There were a few that he couldn't ride. And it's nice, the day of your trip, whether you do a 1-day ticket or a 2-day ticket, the night before you go, you can get in for what they call extra hours, and you get in for 3 hours from 6 to 9 the night before you're going to use your ticket. So we also took advantage of that. This roller coaster was really fun. They take you out of the station and then you sit there for a minute and then they launch you at full speed. This park is really great for families. There's lots of smaller rides so that you're looking. It's just a really nice family time. This roller coaster, I believe, was called maybe Fahrenheit. And as you'll see in this video and the following video, it's basically a straight up and down drop. This is the Jolly Rancher Remix coaster. They take you out of the station backwards, and then you go through the ride sequence, and then as you'll watch, you go back around again. So you're going forward and then backward. Candymonium is one of their newest roller coasters, I believe. And that was one that Ryder could not ride. He was too little for it. We were all eating the famous crab fries. The seasoning is amazing, and then they give you a cheese dip to dip your fries in. And of course, it was July and it was hot, so we had to spend some time at the water park and the pool. These donuts were amazing. They top them with different kinds of icing and toppings. Like, I know the one topping was chocolate cocoa pebbles. Dylan made a little mess of herself, dripped chocolate on her leg. Reese fell asleep on the bus the one night. We had went back to the cabin to kind of rest, and then we went back for the evening, and she had fell asleep on the bus on the way back. This was our last full day. We kind of just hung out at the shopping area again. There's all of our goodies. The kids all had money that they wanted. And then we just kind of spent the rest of the day just relaxing in the air conditioning at the cabin. It had been 2.5 full days of heat at Hershey Park, so they were more than happy to spend some time on their electronics and rest. And then we made dinner over the fire that night back at the cabin. And we had bought the photo pass package, so we got all of our ride photos. The kids always have funny faces, so this is always a highlight of our trip, to go back and look at all the ride photos. This is from that Fahrenheit roller coaster that went straight up and down. Brady rode it twice. Our last day there, the kids rode the Racer roller coaster so many times, so there's tons of pictures from that ride. There was no line, so they were getting off and running right back on and getting back on. This Super Duper Looper we rode a lot too. Ryder at first was very scared because he had never been on a roller coaster that went upside down, but I think this ended up being one of his favorites from the trip. Storm Runner was the one that shot at you right out at full speed.
Green apple.
Thanks for joining us, and don't miss out on our next video series, which is going to be a 10-day Christmas cruise. Like and subscribe and share our videos. Thanks!